Hello and welcome to EDFL Web TV. I'm Teo Pellizzeri. We're here at the EDFL season launch at Windy Hill, where we've just seen a very entertaining night hearing from coaches from each of the three EDFL divisions and also the Interleague coach Denis Bicer. I caught up with my EDFL Match of the Round co-commentator Adem Saricaoglu to discuss some of our takeaways from the season launch night and also look ahead to the blockbuster clash against the Northern Football League. What were your impressions of what the coaches had to say tonight, both from Strathmore Community Bank Premier Division, Essendon Ford Division 1, Division 2 and also the Interleague coach Denis Bicer?
Firstly, Teo, great to be back, mate. It's been a very, very long summer and a great job tonight on the season launch as well. Yeah, look, so much excitement about what's in store, especially starting this Saturday Interleague. It's going to be a massive game. Denis Bicer very confident that the boys, despite a little bit of talk, obviously there's a little bit of negativity about the Interleague, but certainly a tight-knit group that's going to put up a good show on Saturday.
As far as the Interleague squad that was announced tonight, we saw the players get their jerseys. What are your immediate impressions of the team? For me, it's that there are a lot of good ball users in that midfield. Talls, we have a tall back line, we've got some gun forwards in Rose and also Galea. Andrew Brown, the medalist, is there in the ruck, but really the jewel of this crown is the midfield. There is a lot of quality in there.
I suppose it's a bit of a signature of the EDFL, just the quality of ball use. So we've seen it a lot last year, and now especially out here on Windy Hill on grand final day, on all three grand final days, there is a lot of quality in this division. Obviously a lot of VFL listed and AFL listed talent as well, but there's a few of lesser likes as well that can certainly surprise. And as you mentioned, yeah, Paddy Rose and Galea up forward are definitely going to be showing just how well, I suppose, they can dominate in terms of kicking goals and that sort of thing.
Division 1, we had almost all the coaches here. I think 7 out of the 8, or so 8 out of the 9 were up on the stage tonight. It really does paint a picture of a very close division, which is impossible to call. I'm really intrigued by what Division 1, Essendon Ford Division 1 has to offer this season, because it looks like a very close competition, and I must say Tullamarine coach Ash Manning didn't appreciate that perhaps I dubbed them the premiership favourites in front of the entire room.
I think there was a bit of gamesmanship with Manning, of course, but yeah, look, you got 9 clubs in this competition this year, and you could easily say about 6 or 7 are a genuine contender. There's going to be a couple of good sides that will miss out this year, and it's going to be much like it was last year, a very even competition, and yeah, we can't wait to see just how it pans out.
And lastly, on Division 2, we heard from Burnside Heights about to play their first senior game. We also had East Keilor talking about their ambitions to go into the finals, and Moonee Valley perhaps sending out an ominous warning that even though they've lost a lot of quality, they still believe they can be a player in this division as well. What were your impressions of some of the things said by the Division 2 coaches? Because again, that's a very tough division to pick a premier team and even a top 4 for the season ahead.
Obviously the 2 Keilors, East Keilor and Keilor Park, they're going to be up there as well. We know that East Keilor have a lot of young talent in their side. Dave Battisell was running a very tight ship down there. I know I spoke to him a couple of times throughout the summer, and he's very, very confident. Didn't say too much tonight, the East Keilor faculty, but certainly it's going to be a top division, and even Coburg districts as well. We might see some good things from them this year.
Adam, lastly, let's get a prediction for Interleague. What's going to happen? I think the EDFL is going to win. Of course, I'm going to say that as an insider from the league, but as a neutral, so to speak, someone who's going to be calling the game alongside me on Aussie Digital this weekend. What are your expectations, and what do you think actually will happen when the EDFL takes to the field to take on the Northern Football League?
I think, like we've discussed earlier, it's going to be about just how much quality is in this league. Some pundits do perhaps think that the EDFL might be a bit underrated in terms of the quality compared to the other competitions, and Saturday's going to be a really big chance for the EDFL and Denis Bicer and the boys to really prove that the EDFL deserves to be up there in the top echelon of suburban footy. And I think the game style that hopefully we'll see will be one that's skill, ball use and all of that kind of stuff. There's certainly going to be a top game.
This is obviously a new project or a new experience for football in Victoria or in metropolitan Melbourne. It's been in existence up in the bush for a number of years, and it's worked quite well. It's a great system, and what I've learned from looking at the country experience is if you give it lip service, you get nothing out of it. It's like everything in life. Whatever you put in, it's what you get out of it. You look at the Ovens and Murray Football League that like to put themselves up as being the best in Victoria, and they're playing off for the 5th versus 6th title this year. So they've really had no interest in their interleague program over the last 6 years, and that's the type of results you get if you don't want to give it the due respect. My personal opinion, there's not a lot of difference between the top 20 to 25 from each league. Where leagues differ is in the depth of the competition. The EDFL has a great depth. You've only got to have a look at Premier Division this year and how even it'll be. So if we are to go over to the Northern Football League or at Princes Park and think that we don't rate them, it'll be a recipe for disaster, guys. So I have complete faith in Denis and the team he's assembled. I think a word that I'd like to see spoken about occasionally would be pride. We all have pride. It's how far we want to show that pride on the day and for the jumper that we're wearing.
Denis Bicer, the Interleague coach, is here. Denis, congratulations on bringing the squad together. No easy feat for any coach of these Interleague squads, especially given that you're trying to take players away from their own club's pre-season training, and also, of course, they're doing it for the love of the jumper. Tell us about how the squad came together and some of the challenges, but also achievements that you pulled off, basically, in getting the EDFL's best to commit.
Yeah, it's been a compact sort of campaign, as I mentioned earlier, but it's certainly been an effective one. We put a lot of work into who we wanted on the list pre-Christmas, and then we refined as we went along. But the league should be proud of the current crop of players that we've got, and they're certainly proud to be representing the league.
Now, Denis, a lot of I suppose what Saturday's going to be about is presenting the league, and what do you think we can expect from the Essendon District Football League representative squad in terms of game style and that kind of thing?
I think we've got a highly competitive bunch. There's no doubt about that. We wanted to stand for something as a team and as a league, and ruthless kept coming up, and we've got a group of players that hate being beaten firstly, but they're highly skilled as well. So we want to deal with the contest first and foremost, but we also want to be able to win on the outside with some method as well.
And just finally as well, the prize at the end of it as well, if we can get up this weekend, we'll be playing for the top spots the next time we have interleague competition. How much of that is a carrot for the boys as well to sort of prove that the EDFL should really be up there?
Yeah, in some ways it is, but everyone's really focused on the job at hand. If we do the right things, the scoreboard takes care of itself. It sounds cliched, but we've got a committed bunch that just really want to get the win first and foremost and represent the league in the right way.
Denis, thanks very much for joining us on EDFL Web TV. All the best in the match, and we'll look forward to bringing you the highlights of that game next time we see you on EDFL Web TV. For our next segment on EDFL TV, something a little bit different. When the Team Lebanon squad was named for the Harmony Cup, 27 out of the 30 hailed from clubs in the EDFL. They made the final against Team Africa. EDFL TV headed out to that final to see how the team went.
It's to win. Mazen. Where's your pride then, boys? You put your pride online. Let's go, boys. Your pride is online. Mine is online. The whole continent pride is online. That was brilliant. Good going, Jack. Boys, you put your...
That's it for EDFL Web TV this week. Keep an eye on our official website, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube channel for more.